Stu Richland from 420lawoffice.com and Podcast 420 and here on the YouTube channel. It's my pleasure to have represented medical marijuana patients, dispensaries, collectives, and co-ops for in excess of 3 years under the medical marijuana statutes here in California, in addition to my broad practice of 23 years as an attorney. I have had a lot of phone calls recently with reference to the raids that occurred here in February, as recently as February 5th, 2009, here in California. And by raids, I'm referencing DEA federal agents invading the medical marijuana dispensaries, co-ops, collectives, and caregivers of the state, confiscating medicine and money. Got a little visitor here that wants to join the podcast. There we go. So what's happened is that there have been some raids since President Obama came in, and there was a pretty wide consensus and understanding that they would have stopped. That's based upon some concrete reasons. For instance, as a senator, Senator Obama voted against the Coburn Amendment, which, if enacted, would have put medical marijuana patients and caregivers at great risk. During town hall meetings running for president, President Obama stated that he would not continue federal raids. He said it first on June 2nd, 2007. He went on to say on July 21st in Manchester, New Hampshire, that the Justice Department going after sick individuals made no sense and is a waste of resources, is what he said on August 13th at another town hall meeting. And also, most encouragingly, White House spokesman with reference to the recent raids was quoted in the Washington Times, and in reference to the DEA raids that happened in February, he stated that the White House said it expects those kind of raids to end once Mr. Obama nominates someone to take charge of the DEA, which is still run by Bush administration hangovers and holdovers. Quote, the president believes that federal resources should not be used to circumvent state laws, and as he continues to appoint senior leadership to fill out the ranks of the federal government, he expects them to review their policies with that in mind. This is what White House spokesman Nick Shapiro said. Of course, medical use of medical marijuana here in the state remains perfectly legal under the proposition that was passed by the people, under the legislation that was passed by our legislature, and most recently by the courts in affirming these rights. Even the Supreme Court of the United States refused to rehear the CA decision. In the CA decision, medical marijuana was ordered to be returned to a patient from law enforcement, which had confiscated it, contrary to his recommendation. So we're on the brink of a big change, a sea change as it's called, and I'm very honored to be representing patients, collectives, and co-ops in this environment. If you should require services with reference to your rights under California medical marijuana law, please give me a call at 888-420-LAW-1. If it's an emergency, I want you to go ahead and press 911 at the prompt, and your call will be connected to my cell phone. On the other hand, if it's a routine call, press 0 and leave me a message, and I'll call you back as soon as possible. All right, take good care now.